can see numbers.
It looks like a countdown. I told you a million times. The Mystery Labyrinth is the materialized form of the case from the real world. Maybe this is a recreation of the countdown timer that caused you such a headache.
You mean the bomb? Then if the timer reaches 0...
It'll go kaboom! You and the whole Mystery Labyrinth will be blown to smithereens!
What's funny about that?
Did you set up the bomb in this labyrinth? I see. A dirty trick, befitting the god of darkness. Yuma, we must hurry. If we take too much time, the labyrinth will collapse, along with the treasure inside. Let us make all haste to obtain the treasure and escape via waterfall out of the destroyed dungeon.
Wait! It's not safe! Jeez. It's too dangerous for Fubuki to go alone. Although, maybe not. She could use her ability in an emergency.
Oh, I should let you know. Fortes can't be used in here.
Huh? Really?
That sheltered skank is just tagging along inside the Mystery Labyrinth. She won't be able to use her abilities.
Oh, now I'm worried. Let's hurry after her. Fubuki?
Oh, Yuma, take a look at this. These cute creatures and I have become the best of friends.
Those are cues! It's a materialized mystery and... Ah! She's already buried beneath them!
Oh, another round oddity over here?
A phantom!
Found you! You're a terrorist, bomber, murderer, and... a maggot who doesn't deserve to live! You murdered Shachi from the Resistance, didn't you? Killing your own people makes you dumber than Dominic!
I didn't do it! When I got to the roof, Shachi was already dead!
I can't hear you! Sorry, I don't listen to criminals!
How horrifying! So these are the labyrinth's monsters? You summoned such dangerous creatures to block our path?
Think what you want, but you can't move forward until you boom kill these things.
Let us do it, Yuma!
Hey Dominic, you're good at doing laundry, right? Grab a washboard and give their filthy hearts a good scrub! Just a minute!
then...
Just admit it.
I am prepared.
And best you're shooting Shachi on the hideout's roof.
This is the truth! No, I'm not the one who shot him! I was still on the stairs when the gunshot went off! The security footage proves it!
The monsters retreated. Yuma, you defeated those monsters! Splendid! I respect you as a fellow adventurer. As a sign of my respect, may I call you the Warrior of Light?
Warrior of Light? Sure, whatever you say. Let's keep going.
By the way, Yuma, why were they accusing you of being the culprit?
Oh yeah, Fubuki, you don't remember the case. There was a murder, and I'm a suspect.
There's no way the Warrior of Light can be a murderer.
I was seen under incriminating circumstances. Not only was I a suspected terrorist, but I was also spotted next to a corpse on the roof of a building.
Was there no one else on the roof?
No one. There was nowhere to hide up there, and no other exits.
Well, that does sound awfully suspicious, Yuma. Things would go much easier if you'd just confess.
I told you I didn't do it! Whoa, what's happening?
I understand now. This place is going to sink very soon.
I know that!
I can float, so it's not a problem for me. But you two better figure something out quick.
I know that too! We just need to solve the mystery, right? Ah!
Come on, Master, concentrate.
Ah! This way!
That was quite the surprise.
Fubuki, let's go up there.
Huh? You mean jump on it?
It's alright, this should be fine. Come on, Fubuki! What's wrong? You need to jump over here!
I am not very good at physical activity.
Huh?
I cannot do it. I lack the confidence.
Fubuki, you're an adventurer, aren't you? You should be able to jump this.
Very well. I shall reach out as far as possible. Please catch me if I fail to make it.
Fubuki! That was close.
It's too early to relax. Come on, keep going.
Thank you, Yuma. Something is off. I attempted to rewind time, but was unable to.
About that, you can't use your abilities while inside the mystery labyrinth.
Huh? Is this the work of the god of darkness? Her frightening power has sealed away my forte?
So you finally noticed.
I wish you'd quit trying to make things worse.
With your precious powers gone, you're nothing but a hindrance in this labyrinth. Now stay put and keep out of trouble.
Hindrance?
About the murder weapon, the victim was killed by his own gun, right?
Yeah, the muzzle of the gun at the crime scene was still hot, and I could smell gunpowder. Out of the 6 bullets loaded in it, only one of them had an empty shell. Which means the bullet that killed Shachi absolutely came from the gun he was holding. Fubuki?
I am a hindrance.
What, still thinking about that? You should have known that already. You can't solve mysteries, you can't use your abilities, you can barely move, you've got no courage, no resolve. So yeah, you're basically a hindrance, an obstacle. Now beat it before you drag Master down with you.
Fubuki, are you okay?
I am fine. I can stand on my own. Yuma, I am terribly sorry. From here on, I shall make an effort to not cause you any trouble.
You don't have to worry about it. If anything stands in our way, we'll work together to overcome it.
No, this is something I must do on my own. I must become strong enough to take on the world before I can return to the Clockford family.
Hey, looks like she's getting motivated. Sometimes playing the bad guy gets results.
Playing? But you're always like this.
I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even have the title of Warrior of Light.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been Master's forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor too.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time.
Fubuki?
I am a hindrance.
What, still thinking about that? You should have known that already. You can't solve mysteries, you can't use your abilities, you can barely move, you've got no courage, no resolve. So yeah, you're basically a hindrance, an obstacle. Now beat it before you drag Master down with you.
Fubuki, are you okay?
I am fine. I can stand on my own. Yuma, I am terribly sorry. From here on, I shall make an effort to not cause you any trouble.
You don't have to worry about it. If anything stands in our way, we'll work together to overcome it.
No, this is something I must do on my own. I must become strong enough to take on the world before I can return to the Clockford family.
Hey, looks like she's getting motivated. Sometimes playing the bad guy gets results.
playing, but you're always like this.
I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even had the title of Warrior of Light.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor, too.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time. And my only merit is useless here.
Too bad, so sad. You're not gonna make it through here. You're getting real annoying. It's starting to stress me out. Master, help me unwind by turning them into mincemeat. Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe shot you from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you.
Huh?
Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe shot you from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. You planted it in Shachi's hand. That was your maggot master plan! Huh? Where was the shot taken? There's one spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door!
I'll slash through this mystery! The neighboring building didn't have any windows, so the only way to shoot the victim was from the rooftop. But that building was taller than the hideout. If the victim was sniped from that height, the gunshot wound would have been at an angle. But the gunshot wound through his head was horizontal. Based on the gunshot wound, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building.
Get it? Since the wound ran parallel to the roof, the shooter must have been at the same height.
Well, it could be that the victim's head was at an angle at the time of impact. But in that case, we would have found the bullet lodged in the roof.
The monster conjures falsehoods to impede our progress.
But it's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
So you finally revealed your true nature, God of Darkness?
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by this deceiver. This case is most assuredly a homicide.
Assuredly. And what are you basing that on?
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, he could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him. And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
That actually makes sense.
That's a good point. Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
So it must be a homicide.
No! Suicide!
Homicide!
Suicide!
There are 2 doors?
Huh?
The letters are written in blood. Does Yuma's blood contain holy powers? And it illuminates this cursed labyrinth? Yuma, you are more than the warrior of light. You are the holy warrior of light.
Sure, that's fine. Let's focus on this problem. Is this a suicide or a homicide? We need to narrow it down, now.
It is clearly a homicide.
Nuh-uh! It's totally a suicide!
Right here! I'm sure this is the right way.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right? But Master, you were on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof. How did the culprit shoot the victim and get away? See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You better explain yourself.
Very well, I shall. I completely agree with what Yuma said.
I didn't say anything.
So what do you think, Master?
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet. We're trapped!
Oh no! The walls!
Come on, spit it out. The mystery labyrinth won't wait forever, you know.
I know, but
Yuma!
if it was in fact a homicide, there would be some clue left behind at the crime scene. If I can just remember something.
Oh, like this? Here, this is everything left at the scene. This should be easy now. I made sure to pull everything straight out of your memory, Master.
I'm sure there's a clue pointing to a homicide in here.
We do not have much time. Please hurry, Yuma.
must be something suspicious. Something that stands out. There has to be a clue. I have to find it. I know, it's this! This has to be related to the murder.
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one. That is the gun that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
There's something unique about this gun. A revolver cylinder normally swings out to the left, but the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
I see. That is unusual. It is incredible how you even noticed it. You really are the holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
It got even longer. Oh well, anyway. This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
The junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
I don't know anything else about it. I just figured this was kinda out of place. It's happening again?
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Could you try shooting it with the gun?
I'm no marksman. Oh, but it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer... Huh? It's not loaded?
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like why I think this gun is out of place? I can't shoot the gun until I figure that out?
Well, Yuma, did you solve it?
Why was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place? The reason why must be relevant.
Are you saying you need my help to solve this? Oh, fine. Since you're so good at begging, I don't mind helping you out one bit. Here we go! Lay it all out! Let's work together as a team! Twirling, twirling, twirling. That's right! Keep that up! Tick-tock, tick-tock. Great! Go, go, go!
That's it! It's because he was left-handed! The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand. If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right. If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way. Which means Shachi is left-handed! worked.
All thanks to yours truly. No, it is thanks to Yuma's deduction.
What? But we'd all be flattened by now if it wasn't for my assist.
I will never believe the God of Darkness could willingly lend a helping hand.
Sure, say what you want. Anyway, let's hurry. Countdown is still going.
Right. It looks like the number's gone down by a lot.
We were so close to figuring out this mystery. Let's hurry it up, Master.
Yeah, got it.
Look, another monster!
Alrighty, we're here as your official roadblock. Huh? You wanna know why? Because the homicide route ends here. That Shachi terrorist committed suicide. After all. Right, Dominic?
You kept insisting it was a homicide earlier, but now you're going with the suicide theory?
These monsters are cheaters!
Maybe they're cheaters because they're monsters.
Are you defending the monsters? Curse you, God of Darkness! Queen of monsters!
I'm not defending them. I can't even follow this whole monsters and God of Darkness story you have going.
Now's not the time to be fighting!
Bad luck! Looks like it's a dead end! You can't proceed! Because it wasn't a homicide! Shachi definitely committed suicide!
That claim doesn't hold up! No! Shachi didn't commit suicide! All the evidence points to the contrary!
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. I'll crush you like a bug! So what if... The gun was designed for the left hand. You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand. This is the truth.
Shachi was left-handed, but he was found dead with the gun in his right hand. There's no reason he'd use his non-dominant hand to commit suicide. It's an obvious contradiction. When the culprit tried to make it appear like a suicide, they put the gun in the wrong hand. Which means someone else was involved in Shachi's death. This death was a setup. It's a homicide.
You managed once again to slay the monsters. That confirms it. The homicide route was the correct one.
Seems like it. I guess I can admit defeat here.
Huh? The God of Darkness admitting defeat? Perhaps she has an honest side. No! It cannot be! Could this be an illusion she conjured forth?
You know, I don't really care, so long as we keep solving mysteries. Just keep helping my master out for a bit longer.
Let's carry on for now.
culprit made a pretty cliché mistake getting the victim's dominant hand wrong.
Perhaps the culprit doesn't know that Shachi's custom gun was designed for someone left-handed. Shachi rarely carried his gun, so they probably never saw him hold it.
Huh. Why would he go through the trouble of getting a custom gun that he never intended to use? Deep down, do you think he was just like any other violent terrorist?
Maybe the gun was a gift.
A gift? From whom?
A woman named Iruka manages the Resistance's weapons. She was the one who designed it.
Gifting a gun is so romantic. It delights my adventurer's heart.
It does?
Well, thanks to the culprit's mistake, we now know this was a homicide. But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
Where the culprit shot Shachi.
Yep, even if this case is a homicide, that's still a mystery.
But if you know it was, in fact, a homicide, then the answer has to be here. I have no idea what it could be, but I am confident that you can discover the answer. For you are he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior Light Yuma.
How long is my name going to get?
Right here!
That was the right answer, but... if he was shot on the roof, doesn't that mean the culprit was also on the roof?
The culprit placed the gun in Shachi's hand to make it look like a suicide. That means they had to be there in person. The culprit was definitely on that roof.
But Yuma, you said nobody was there when you arrived.
That's what we have to figure out now. When I heard the shot, I was halfway up the emergency stairs. It took about 10 seconds to reach the roof. And in that time, the culprit vanished like a cloud of smoke from the scene.
Where could the murderer have gone?
This is...
We're back at the crime scene.
Follow the culprit's escape route?
You need to escape in the same way the culprit did after committing the crime.
easier to imagine that the criminals simply went back inside through this door?
No, that's impossible. At the time of the incident, the peacekeepers were on the other side of it.
I see. If the culprit had gone inside through here, they would have been apprehended by those peacekeepers.
Well, it's safe to say this wasn't the escape route.
Though it is fairly high, would it not be possible to climb down from here on a rope or ladder?
There's nowhere to hang something like that onto. Plus, from this height, it'd take a while to get all the way down like that. It'd be tough for someone to get down and gather their equipment in the short time it took me to reach the roof.
You probably couldn't jump down onto a mat from this height either. You'd die no matter how you landed.
Is it easier to imagine using a rope or some other tool to escape to the neighboring building? Or perhaps they used a hot air balloon? The culprit must be quite the adventurous thrill-seeker.
But those high voltage lines would get in the way. You'd never reach the next building without touching them.
Oh, so the culprit is not an adventurer?
That's what you're disappointed about?
Ah, so the culprit escaped via the emergency stairs. As the culprit was in a state of emergency, it is only natural that they would make use of emergency stairs.
Wait. Master was up ahead, right? There's no way the culprit could have escaped without bumping into him.
What are you saying? Yuma is right here, is he not?
I mean, when the crime happened. Jeez, this sheltered skank and her empty head are killing me here.
Yet again, you called me sheltered!
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
Sheltered this,
Their head
sheltered
is a
that.
burden. You're sheltered in a
I have
skank.
never even seen a
When are
shelter,
you gonna start
let alone been in one.
trying?
Skank is acceptable, but
gonna be any
sheltered...
I don't know if the culprit realized I was there. The footage from the security camera positioned here didn't show anybody around. Which makes it hard to imagine that the culprit escaped from here.
Yuma... This is bad. We have reviewed all the possible escape routes.
And yet, we can't figure out how the culprit got off the rooftop.
Mysteriful.
This isn't funny! At this rate, we'll run out of time!
What are we supposed to do?
There's no other way besides finding the culprit's escape route. That's how it is in the Mystery Labyrinth.
Where are the entrances for cast members and the hidden entryways for maintenance crews?
This isn't an attraction at some theme park.
Well then, why do you hunt Yuma if you cannot even do your job and guide him? A god of darkness who cannot guide you is just a directionless god of darkness.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a stupid, sheltered skank that's completely useless.
You called me sheltered again! How many times is that now? Let's see. After the number 3 comes...
Seriously, are you
Be
dense?
quiet, please!
Is his head on
After
right?
3 is...
When are you gonna start being
4.
useful?
I feel much better.
Together already!
Just how many insults
What's with
do
the
you
clockwork
intend to
camera
hurl at
thing
me?
anyway?
Yes, that is obvious. I'm not able to use my powers here,
useless
but
in
at
the
least I
Mystery
can be by
Labyrinth, you
Yuma.
know.
The culprit must have been on their roof when they committed the crime. They escaped somehow. But how? There aren't any other clues at the crime scene. Wait, if nothing was there... What if the culprit destroyed evidence?
What? Destroyed evidence? Then leave it to yours truly. I'll wring it out of your mind, Master.
You're going to recreate the crime scene again?
If you don't remember it, then I've got no choice. I'll make it a gentle beating this time around. So, which memory do you want beaten out of you?
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop? The culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it to me!
What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
Let's do it, Master!
It can't be!
Are you alright, Yuma?
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
The corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
I wrenched this memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
Got it. I'll hurry. It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. What is that? A storm drain? Has that always been there? Oh right, the explosion. The explosion that happened right after I found the body must have buried it in rubble. So the drain was covered after a mysterious explosion.
Find anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
Mystery phantoms!
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about. You're still fantasizing about all this nonsense?
He committed suicide! There's nobody to pursue!
After all, there's no place the culprit could run to.
No one can run off a rooftop!
No one could escape the rooftop.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward.
What's with these weirdo fantasies? I'm saying Shachi committed suicide. You're such a maggot. There is no other culprit. No one could have left that rooftop.
That claim doesn't hold up! No, there is a culprit! There's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Ugh, such a drag. You're still talking about that? What a downer!
The culprit had to be on the roof if it's not suicide. So, where did the culprit go? You can't escape through the roof door! You can't escape through the emergency stairs! Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time?
Through this mystery! No, there is a way out! The drain directly below the rooftop!
Don't let any shady statement slip by. What's that got to do with green from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that!
With this, I'll expose the truth! That's right! The culprit dove into the drain from the roof! That was the culprit's escape route!
They disappeared, but to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence, I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grates beforehand and jumped from the roof right after committing the crime. The Doya district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
It would only take a few seconds to escape the roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Why? We defeated these monsters already!
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
I have to jump from up here? And now more drains have suddenly appeared! What is happening?
Master, you have to make up your mind and jump!
No, I don't! I'm already falling! This is the answer! Ah! This way! We actually made it.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest, but we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there!
like all the suspects are here!
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once. They fled!
Then we better chase after them!
Chase scenes are common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
There are only 2 ways the culprit could get a hold of Shachi's gun, the murder weapon. Either steal it from the safe or get it from Shachi himself. In any case, the only ones who could have done it are members of the Resistance.
Is it possible the culprit took the victim's gun by force? If so, a complete stranger could have done it.
But if someone tried to take his gun, I'm sure Shachi would have drawn it and threatened them. If so, the culprit would have realized their target was left-handed.
I see. That would conflict with a cover-up attempted at the crime scene.
Also, the culprit issued a proclamation on behalf of the Resistance against the Peacekeepers. At the time, I didn't understand why it was sent to the Peacekeepers. But it must have been to corner Shachi by steering the Peacekeepers toward the hideout. The culprit then ambushed him when he arrived on the roof.
Which means the culprit anticipated the target fleeing up there.
Perhaps it was a planned escape route the Resistance had decided on beforehand. If they fled using the emergency stairs, it would be easy to shake off pursuers. As a matter of fact, the Peacekeepers were held up there. If he hadn't been killed, he would have escaped.
So all of it was calculated. Whoever it is, they are truly frightening. And that culprit is among them?
If we organize all the clues we've got so far, we can narrow down who the culprit is.
But how long will they keep running? At this rate, there's no end in sight.
Master, over there!
A giant water tank?
In here, you always find the culprit if you keep solving mysteries. So the only way to catch up to them is to solve mysteries.
Huh?
Come on! I'm counting on you, Master!
Got it! In order to commit this crime, the most important requirement is to be an excellent swimmer. Jumping from that height into a storm drain would also require training and experience. Maybe they had high diving experience through swimming competitions.
We finally caught up!
The truth is crystal clear. The one who murdered Shachi... I wouldn't kill anyone!
I didn't kill anyone! I haven't done anything.
There's no way I could kill Shachi.
I didn't kill anyone!
It's you, Icardi! You took advantage of your swimming skills to murder Shachi!
Huh? What? No! That's insane! I'm not the culprit! That's bullshit! I didn't kill Shachi! I'm not the culprit!
Such a foreboding presence. Is this the true identity of the final monster protecting the hidden treasure?
But most of the mystery has already been solved. This is just its last stand. Master, let's solve this thing once and for all!
Right!
I'm not the culprit! Where's your evidence? There are other resistance members! I know! Margala is the culprit! Margala shot Shachi on the roof!
For now,
I knew it!
I am not the culprit! Where's your evidence? There are other resistance members! I know! Margala is the culprit! Margala shot Shachi on the roof!
for now,
I knew it!
I am not the culprit! Where's your evidence? There are other resistance members! I know! Margala is the culprit! Margala shot Shachi on the roof!
This is the truth! Margala has an alibi! It's impossible for him to have done it!
If it's not Margala, then Iruka is the culprit! Iruka knows a lot about handling guns! She killed Shachi! And made it look like suicide!
Now slash through this mystery! Iruka designed the handgun, so she knew Shachi was left-handed. She never would have made that mistake faking his suicide!
It's not Margala. It's not Iruka. But you still can't say I'm the culprit. The culprit is Servat! He killed Shachi on the roof.
right.
It's not Margalo. It's not Iruka. But you still can't say I'm the culprit. The culprit is Servat! He killed Chachi on the roof. And messed with the corpse. Then escaped through the drain!
This is the truth! Servat was traumatized after once nearly drowning, so there's no way he would have dove into a drain.
Yuma, you did it! You defeated the monster! Huh? But what about the treasure?
That's strange. We found the culprit and also cut down his excuses. But the truth still hasn't appeared? Where is the real culprit's soul?
Also, the countdown hasn't stopped yet. It went down by a lot again.
Perhaps there is a secret final boss in this labyrinth? Wait, I know. It's...
Stop. If anything, I'm the secret protagonist.
Moving on. This means we haven't revealed the truth of this mystery labyrinth. Maybe it's because we don't have a solid overall picture of the case.
the overall picture?
There's no mistake that Ikari made Shachi's murder look like a suicide. But we don't know why he did it. If you wanted to kill him, there are simpler ways to do it. Why bring the Peacekeepers into this?
So we need to find the motive. As long as that's an unknown, we won't reach the truth.
Hmm? The water is flowing somewhere.
Oh, so it is. I wonder where it is heading.
The water flows somewhere. If the Mystery Labyrinth is a reflection of reality, the flow of water may have some significance.
Then let's see where it leads us. This could be the path to the hidden treasure.
You know, this case seems to involve water an awful lot. The slums where the crime took place are flooded, like the entire commercial area.
Right. Given that, the truth should be wherever the water leads. Dead end? And this countdown timer... looks like it's linked to that countdown, and it's dropping by a lot.
Hey, Master? Maybe this isn't a dead end. Maybe it's a giant bomb.
What?
Oh my! What a big, breathtaking bomb! I cannot help but be impressed.
You shouldn't be!
I'm sure this is the heart of this mystery labyrinth. So there's only one thing left to do. Master, you just gotta defuse this bomb too, like how you did in the real world.
This giant bomb?
If you can solve the mystery, the bomb will stop ticking. So really, it's no different from what you've been doing.
Good luck, Yuma! I am confident that you can do it. For you are the elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness.
Holy Great Detective Warrior of Light, Yuma!
You'll be fine, Master. You've got the best mentor there is.
Okay, I'll try.